All cars are cool. Let me put my hat on like a normal. All cars are cool, but there's a problem. The older a car gets, the more it loses its value. They are what is known as a depreciating asset. Oh my Lord, what if I told you that some cars did the opposite of depreciate? We put together a list of 9 cars that basically won't lose any value at all if you buy them right now today. I'm not talking about buying a car and keeping it in a climate-controlled garage for 20 years. I'm talking about vehicles you can daily drive and then sell in a few years without losing much, if any, money. Some of these cars will even make you money. I'm James, and this is the D-List. A big thank you to Ridge Wallet for sponsoring today's D-List.
Delivery for Kentucky Cobra.
Yes, sir, that's me.
Nope, declined. Do you have another one?
No, my wallet only has a place for one card. It's Italian.
Sorry, no money, no pizza.
Big thanks to Ridge Wallet for sponsoring today's Job? Sick jacket.
Oh, James, no time for fashion. Any second now, that card is gonna get declined. And if it does, you're gonna get hangry, you're not gonna get your pizza, and you're gonna quit donut forever.
What?
You gotta get rid of that pathetic wallet and replace it with one of these. Unlike those pathetic thin wallets, the Ridge Wallet is minimalist without being limiting. You can carry 12 cards.
12 cards? No folds?
Where we're going, we don't need folds.
From the movie.
Delivery for Kentucky Cobra.
Well, I'm sure one of these will do.
Great, all set.
Thanks for saving me, Joe.
No problem. But we can save more people by telling them to visit ridge.com/donut. And if you enter code donut, you'll get 10% off. But hurry up, because time is of the essence.
You want a slice?
I wish I could, James, but it looks like I gotta go. Jeremiah's about to get fired from bumper to bumper.
All right, first things first, pretty much any Toyota SUV is gonna have a resale value that's gonna make you say, "You're killing me, Larry." That's a joke about a mattress store commercial on the radio from 15 years ago. So our choice for this list is none other than the legendary
Toyota Land Cruiser.
Toyota's been making the Land Cruiser for like a million years, and any generation is a safe bet not to lose money. But the one that I'm putting on this list is the legendary 80 series. That's the one from the 90s, specifically the FZJ80, which came out between 93 and 97. So what makes this particular Land Cruiser so nice? This was the last few years of the generation, and it came with the insanely beefy, legendary 1FZ FE straight 6 engine, plus full-time four-wheel drive and a locking center diff. This mill is super over-engineered, so it runs forever, and that's why this car can still fetch a pretty penny even with super high mileage. We found this one with 200,000 miles on it, and it's on sale for $17,000. You can get a Ford Explorer with bad paint and 200,000 miles on it for like 500 bucks. You could say that buying one of these is a no-brainer.
As in, you need no brain to know that this is a good buy.
If you're watching this channel, you probably know a little bit about the Integra Type R. If you don't, it was a hot boiled up version of Acura/Honda's flagship coupe that sold for a pretty reasonable price at the time. I say at the time because nice examples these days are selling for like $90,000. Let's say you're like me and you don't have $90,000, but you still want an Integra without losing your initial investment. Well, let me introduce you to the Type R's little bro, the Integra GSR.
Integra GSR.
Basically, the GSR was really similar to the Type R, but it didn't have the seam-welded chassis, didn't have a limited slip diff, very similar engine, and it didn't have any cool red trim. So you're really not missing out on that much if you wanna get your knucks a little greasy. Good driver condition GSRs sell for around $9,000, which is great for a 30-year-old economy box. And since the Type R is shooting up in value, the GSR is definitely gonna follow in its big brother's footsteps. It's one of the only examples where trickle down is a real thing. Now, like a lot of cars on this list, you might need to look pretty hard to find a good one, but definitely hang on to it if you're able to get one. The reliability, the luxury, it's not French. The reliability, the luxury, the mid-engine performance, The toplessness. That's what you get when you snag yourself a P-car Boxster S from the early 2000s.
Porsche Boxster S.
This one's a bit different because it did depreciate quite a bit, but it's on its way back up. So it is sort of like a value that you might actually make some money on. So why are P-heads hot on the Boxster bandwagon again? Well, for starters, the new ones have a 4-cylinder turbo motor, and people didn't like that. This one has the flat 6 smack dab between them two axles. This drop top cowboy puts down 258 Holsteiners that's a German horse. When it was new, it cost almost $50,000, which is $75,000 in today's money, but nowadays you can find them for well under 10 grand. And just like I said up at the top of this video, this isn't a car that you need to keep hidden away in the garage, because the Boxster really is fun to drive. It's the ultimate driving machine. Just make sure that nothing breaks, because while the car is cheap, fixing anything on any Porsche is not.
Jeep Wrangler.
Wrangler is the OG Froder, and OG stands for, oh gosh, that truck is good going off-road. Just like the Land Cruiser, Jeep has been making Wranglers forever, and there are a ton of really good generations to choose from, but our pick on this list is the 2nd gen Wrangler, also known as the TJ, because it's, in our opinion, the perfect Jeep. Jeeps a long time ago were basically metal frames with seats and a steering wheel. Jeeps today are giant SUVs. The TJ is the perfect balance. It's right in the middle. It's the Malcolm of cars. I saw Frankie Muniz at an audition one time. He does not look good as a grown-up. TJ also came in a ton of different trim options depending on your needs. You want to go off-roading without having to do a bunch of mods? Get yourself Rubicon. You want premium seats and a factory subwoofer to bump your tunes? Grab yourself a Sahara. There's even a freaking Tomb Raider edition. You can find a pretty good TJ for not much more than 10 grand nowadays, but really nice ones are selling for like $30,000 for a 30-year-old Jeep. That price isn't going down. So get one soon if you can, if you want one. If you don't want one, no pressure.
If you want an off-road and you want a bunch of lumber.
Toyota Tacoma.
Do I even need to explain this one? It's a taco. Everybody loves tacos. I would personally be fine with owning any Tacoma, and I think we might own 2 coming up. They might be driven by me and Nolan and Aaron and Zach Job. But which one should I buy, James? Well, partner, I reckon you'd look real cute in one of them 1st gen tacos. Sold between 95 and 2004, and by the time Toyota released this truck, they had already cracked the pickup truck formula. The 1st gen came with 3 different engine options, in auto or manual, and a 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. But if we're talking resale value here, which we are, make sure you get a V6 and 4-wheel drive, because that's the ones that people want. Here's a 95, which is a very early one. It's got 220,000 miles because it's a Toyota truck, and it's $10,000, okay? And it's $10,000. Just make sure you get under there and check out the frame, and pray that the rust man don't come and get you in the middle of a cold, wet night. Oh, red-brown fingers reach around your frame, eat you up from the inside.
VW Beetle.
Beetles have been around for freaking ever, and not only are they a super overrated band, but they're a car, and they've always had like a really dedicated fan base, so they're always extremely sought after. Although there was a period in time a couple decades ago when Beetles cost like $50. But today, you can't go wrong buying an old buck. I mean, you can. You can buy a classic Beetle in pretty good condition for a couple of grand. You can buy a broken one for like a couple $100. Whatever you decide to do, they're notoriously easy to work on, parts are everywhere, and you can get a really, really good return of investment with just a few weekends of wrenching. There's a reason that VW didn't really change the design of this thing for like a million years. It's just a good ass car.
McLaren F1.
If you're like me, you already sold your McLaren F1 years ago. If you're also like me, you wish you had kept your McLaren F1 because its value has increased 1,000% from when it was new. And it was $815,000 when it came out in 1992, which is how much I got paid as a 7-year-old for being on a season of Full House. And then I blew it all on a McLaren F1. $815,000 in 1992 is about $1.5 million today, which is a ton until you consider that McLaren F1s sell for $14.5 million. This is more of a joke one because 100% of you aren't in the market for a McLaren F1, but we really couldn't do a list of cars with good resale value without including one of the highest appreciating cars of all time.
BMW E30.
The second gen BMW 3 Series, AKA the E30, was made between 1982 to 1994. It sold for around $20,000 to $28,000 when it was brand new, which is just over $49,000 in today's money. But for a while, like 10 to 15 years ago, they got cheap, like dirt cheap. And back then, nobody really cared about these cars, so a lot of them got scrapped or turned into like drift missiles or something. Max bought his for $200. I used to own a 318 and I broke it. But thanks to people like me and Max, finding a clean, unmodified example that isn't broken is fairly rare, so prices have really shot up in the last few years. It's the same thing that happened to 240 SXs, and like every other car, at the bottom of its depreciation curve. Really good E30s sell for about $20,000, but you can still find bargains if you look hard enough. These things are classics, and I don't see them all of a sudden not becoming classic. We save the best for last, just like we always do. That's kind of the point of a list. This last car is super fun, super daily drivable, and a super good investment at the same damn time. Let's go!
Honda S2000.
S2000 is a legendary Japanese car. It's probably the best convertible of all time. Suck it, Miata. Honda managed to pair their crazy good reliability with an intoxicating, high-revving VTEC motor in a 2-door package that can only be described as beautiful. Nolan said it's probably his favorite car he's ever driven, and he's driven high car. Honda built these so well that a ton of them are still on their first owners because nobody wants to sell them. So with a reputation like that, it's no surprise that these things hold their value very well. Whether it's an AP1, which is the first gen, or an AP2, which is the second gen, these things currently sell for between $10,000 and $20,000. One even sold for over $70,000. Yeah, sure, it only had 93 miles on it, but still, it's more than when it was new. But don't let the high cost of entry scare you away, because just like the E30, and pretty much every other car on this list, you can find them cheap if you're determined enough. Here's one for $7,500. It's got a salvage title and a lot more than 93 miles, but it's still an S2000, and I'm sure it's still super fun to drive. Black Friday, it's a thing. Everybody has sales, and we're no exception. For the rest of the weekend, everything on donutmedia.com is 25% off. I was like, guys, 25%, that's like a lot, right? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, they spend like $100, that's like $25 off. Yeah, this is the accountants I'm talking to. I was like, aren't we gonna like lose a bunch of money? And they were like, hope not. So, yeah. Let me know what other lists you want us to put together down in the comments below. You wanna buy a car that's not a Miata, but still a perfect project car? Check out this episode. Also, we have a podcast called Pass Gas Podcast. It's my favorite thing to do. Listen to it anywhere that you listen to your podcast. I love you.